Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I did this look right here, and I say it's for beginners because I explain every little step so it can be easy for you to recreate if you're a beginner. So I hope this tutorial is helpful. And I'm going to get started with the primer for the eyeshadows. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer, and I'm going to blend it out with my finger and tapping motions until everything is nice and blended and the whole eyelid is covered all the way up to your brow bone. And I'm doing the eyeshadows first because I will be using a tape on the outer part because I feel like that's very important. It's going to help you so much for the style of eyeshadows, and I just don't like having the foundation on already and then taking the tape off after I do my eyeshadows and then removing some of the foundation. For this look, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Norvina Volume 5 palette, and I did drop it the other day, so a few of the eyeshadows are broken. So first I'm going to grab this eyeshadow right here, and I'm using a small brush from Rimmel, and you can see when I'm looking straight forward that the first eyeshadow is not touching the crease at all, and it goes from the inner corner all the way out to passing the outer corner of my eye. So I'm going to start by applying it looking straight forward, and I'm going to create a line from the inner corner to the outer corner. And right here I am applying a few layers just to create that first line. Once I get to the outer corner of my eye, I'm going to grab more of the eyeshadow and I'm going to start extending it towards the top of the eyebrow. And I'm tracing it first so it's not that pigmented because I kind of want to see how it's going to look first, and once I like it, I'm just going to add a little bit more to darken up the eyeshadow. It just depends how dramatic or how much you want to extend the eyeshadow. Now I want to bring the eyeshadow right here closer to the inner corner, but I'm going to make sure first that I don't have too much product on the brush. Then I'm going to pretty much drag whatever is already there, and I drag it a little bit closer to the inner corner of my eye, and it's going to look blended and not as pigmented, which is what I want. Then I'm going to start blending it out. It does help if you stretch your eyelid by lifting up your eyebrow. It just blends a lot faster and easier. And I'm only going over the edge of the eyeshadow without having too much product on the brush, just blending out whatever is already on there. And it's gonna start moving higher, but it's gonna look blended, so it's not gonna be as pigmented. I am going to keep adding more of the eyeshadow to deepen up the color because I wanted it darker. But for every layer that I apply, I'm not going to apply it where it's already looking blended out. I'm gonna apply it a little bit lower than that, where the eyeshadow already looks very dark, and then I just start blending it out even more. For this part, sometimes I use a brush that's a little bit bigger, but I feel like for beginners especially, that it's easier to apply and blend out eyeshadows using a smaller brush because you have a little bit more control of where you're blending out the eyeshadows. Then I'm going to grab the Anastasia primer, and again you see that the edge of the cut crease is also above the crease, and the shape does not move when I close and open my eyes because it's above the crease. And for this part I'm going to be using Anastasia's brush number 18. I'm going to keep looking up to make sure that the edge is above the crease, and that's something that's very important, especially if you have hooded eyes or really small eyes. For your eyes to look a little bit bigger or the eyeshadows to stand out a lot more, it has to go above the crease. Like, make sure it's visible when you're looking straight forward. And again, once I reach the outer corner of my eye, I'm going to start extending it towards the top of the eyebrow, but not as much as I did with the eyeshadow. Then I'm going to cover the whole eyelid with this primer, which by the way, you can also use a concealer. And since I'm going to apply a pastel color on my eyelid, I would be using a concealer that's a light shade. It just helps to bring out the color a little bit more. Then I'm going to grab this eyeshadow right here using Anastasia's brush number 82, and I'm going to start packing this eyeshadow on the eyelid. So I'm going to apply a few layers. I added a lot of layers for every application just to make sure that it's grabbing onto the eyelid and for the layers, for every layers to look even. And you also want to make sure that the concealer or the primer that you use is still creamy when applying it, because once it's dry, the eyeshadow is not going to grab onto the eyelid, or it's going to look chalky. The eyeshadow is not going to look even like the color. So make sure it's still a bit creamy and try not to go over the edge of the cut crease. I did a little bit, so that's okay, but just try to do this very carefully. Then I'm going to grab this shimmery eyeshadow right here with a small brush and apply it on my inner corner. I feel like this little detail changes the look a lot, and I feel like it looks so cute. And I'm also going to blend it out just a little bit higher so it can mix with the eyeshadows on the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to use this liquid eyeliner from Wet n Wild and Marilyn Monroe and do a very simple eyeliner. Now you can skip this step if you don't like the eyeliner or you just don't want to do an eyeliner, because the eyeshadows already look really good like this. And I feel like the eyeliner, well, since I did a simple eyeliner, it didn't change, like it doesn't change the look a lot. But yeah, I'm just starting with something small on the center of my eyelid, and then towards the outer corner, I'm gonna make it just a little bit thicker, and I'm not going to extend it as much. I'm not gonna make this a long liner. Now I'm going to apply this black eyeliner from Dundas Beauty on my waterline. And I've only used this a few times, but I already love it because it's so pigmented, so creamy, and it has white eyeliner on the other side, so I highly recommend this eyeliner. And then for the last step, I'm going to apply the Maybelline Lash Stiletto Mascara on my lower lashes. Like I said, this makeup is dramatic and can be a little bit tricky to do, but I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you guys liked it, please leave a lot of flower emojis in the comments below. If you guys have any questions, also leave that in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer anything. Also, let me know what you think of the completed look. Thank you all so much for the love and the support. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!